when you get to the end of that and your goals, you reach that goal and you look back at everything that you've done to get there, and you're just like, you know what, that was worth it. So every Saturday we woke our heinies up super early, and this is a junior in high school, remember. Woke up, we were on the road by 5:30 in the morning. We took turns driving. We'd practice for 4 hours. We drove to California to practice for 4 hours. Then we got back in that car and we drove back down to Vegas. We didn't even spend the night. Drove back down to Vegas, and I did that for an entire pre-summer to this. By doing that, we were able to build the team camaraderie, because if 2 girls on the team weren't at practice every single week, then that would make it so we weren't able to practice very well. Well, it comes down to the end of the summer. You know, we've had tournaments and we've had games, and we've kind of gone 2 and out, which means we've lost 2 and we're out of the tournament. We lost the first one and then we'd lose the second one, we're out of the tournament. It's like, well, crap, what is all this effort for? And finally, the state championship, California State Championship came, and this was our last chance to win a tournament. You had to win a tournament in order to go to nationals. And so when we got into the state tournament, we kind of all had to come to Jesus with each other. Like, you know what? We've been working our little booties off this whole summer. We've been putting in the effort, and things just haven't clicked. And we just started talking about it, like, do we want it? Like, or do we want to just go 2 and out? Like, it seemed like when we lost that first game, we just completely lost momentum. But we came up with a song of our team song, and it's Shania Twain, You're the One. Don't even ask me. And I still cry when I hear that song, because that was the moment in our softball journey that we kind of came together as a team. Well, in the state championship, we were on fire, like 8-run ruling these fantastic teams that have previously won state. 8-run, 10-run rule, like we were 3-4 innings and we were done, because we'd scored so many runs and knocked them out. They weren't scoring any. And so we ended up winning the California State Championship. And it's like, that's amazing. But there were still naysayers out there. There were still people that are like, oh, well, you guys won because all the good teams already qualified. They weren't really trying. Like, that's why you won. That's why you kicked everyone's butt. It's like, all right. So then we get a berth to nationals. We go to Nashville, Tennessee, playing in the 18 and under National League. And we're still doing the same thing. Like, we had just come together, and we had 0 points scored against us in the entire national championship. And we did not even play a full game. We had 8-run and 10-run rule, these literally fantastic teams, the notorious teams out there. And we ended up winning the national championship. We went 18-0 in the last games, from the California State Championship all the way to the national championship, 18-0. And we had 10-run and 8-run rules, all of the teams, all of them. And it was one of those moments where you're like, is this really happening? Because we had so much momentum and we were moving forward, just completely in sync with one another. And I don't think we could duplicate it again if we tried, but everything just came together. And I tell you that not to pat myself on the back or anything, but it's like, we all had to make the decision that we wanted it. We all had to do the things that other teams and other people weren't willing to do. Driving, to California, we drove 4.5, 5 hours. We practiced 4 hours, and we drove 4.5, 5 hours back. And then, you still had to do your homework. You still had to do everything you had to do for school and to keep up with that. And midweek practices, and during the days, my dad drove me to California, I can't tell you how many times. And it's like, would a normal high school person be willing to do that? To give up? I didn't go to any high school parties, not one. I didn't even know if people had parties in high school. That's how out of the loop I was in that sector. But you know what? I would do it all over again. I don't think I missed anything. And it was when you get to the end of that and your goals, you reach that goal and you look back at everything that you've done to get there, and you're just like, you know what, that was worth it, because this is great. This got me a scholarship to college. I didn't have to pay for college because of this experience. Had we not won state and won nationals, I don't know if I would have gotten a college scholarship. I mean, that literally set the trajectory of my life in a completely different way. And before those California State Championships existed, I would have never thought that was possible. Like, I was good, but I wasn't like the top of the top team. But we gelled together and we played perfectly and we made each other better. And like, when you get that momentum going, like, you seriously can be unstoppable, and don't listen to the naysayers.